We are at beautiful Reelfoot Lake, and I'm pretty certain, I don't have that good a vision, but I think that's Ronnie Capps out there who is actually scouting some crappie for myself and Carson Hopper to catch. How you doing today, Carson?
Good, how are you?
How old are you, my friend?
14.
14, and you're an avid crappie fisherman, is that correct?
A little bit, yes, sir.
You like doing that?
Yes, sir.
What would you say is your favorite thing about crappie fishing?
Thump on the line and eat.
Thump on the line and eating them, man. That was a quick answer, and you've done pretty well getting those thumps on the line, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, today we're going to be previewing a brand new B&M rod, and we're going to sword lip some crappie, and then who knows, maybe we might eat some a little bit later on. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, Carson, nice to meet you, and look at that. Right on cue. It looks like Ronnie's coming in to pick us up. You getting excited?
Yes, sir.
Me too. It's going to be a good day.
We out here on a hot August day. Could be much warmer, I don't think.
No,
the wind wasn't blowing it. But so we just gonna run out here about 400 or 500 yards and put this scope down, and I'm gonna show you a few things about this new pole.
All right.
That we hopefully we're getting a step in the right direction each time we kind of come up with something a little different. We got something that's a little bit lighter for sure, and I'm convinced that a telescopic pole will be something everybody will need in the future of doing what we're doing with this technology. It's just
allows you to get up on them.
I almost won't go without it. It's basically because of the adjustment. I can go out to nearly 20 foot or some poles even further than that, and catch a fish while my partner might be catching one 3 foot from the boat, vice versa. But most of the fish I catch are about 10 foot, 12 foot from the boat still. But I have that option to put a few more inches out or a foot out or a couple foot out just to get to the fish without having to move the boat. So that's the whole thing behind telescopic poles.
All right.
I got a lot of confidence in them. Every time I come out here, I use those things. I started off early on using them, and I realized that the tangle was a lot less because I didn't have guides down my pole. That's one other advantage of it. So anyway, I think the telescopic world is probably going to get better and better as time goes by. We'll experiment with some different material. I think it'll be stronger. Can't imagine what the possibilities are, but I just love the pole. I think a lot of people out here, I know all my buddies around here are fishing telescopic now.
Yeah.
Simply because they don't have to maneuver a 16-foot pole back to the back of the boat and fish.
Yeah,
real
just the
close.
tip where you could break it.
And so it's kind of awkward to have to do that. So telescopic's the only answer to that. I've been fishing. I fished 2 tournaments with this pole, and I've fished about 40 times with this pole.
Yeah.
And anyway, this happens to be the 22 foot when it's completely extended. I almost never completely extend it. I use the weight of the pole to counterbalance it. You kind of see how I use it, but if I do need to get out there 16 or 18 foot, I can. But basically, I just wind around the end of the pole.
Okay.
And that's kind of my reel. Say. But so I got it kind of half hitched on the pole, and then I got a knot in the end of the little string that's on there. You can tell I've tied it many times already. Yeah. But so we just started extending it, and I usually try to carry it at about a 10 or 12 foot range. And that's kind of how that's about how I like to start fishing. I got the butt of the pole You know, I hold my hand about the first end of the first section. That's kind of where I like to hold it. I'll put it on my knee, and it's really balanced well because I got the weight, this heavy part toward the back. And if I want to go forwards, it's no problem to get out there a few feet, or if I want to catch one just like we were fishing 6 foot from the boat. I love the part about
being able to
being
retract
able to drop it right down, and my pole is right here where I can contain it. I've definitely caught more fish 6 foot from the boat than I have 20 foot.
Yeah.
You know, everybody kind of runs over them per se when they're chasing them down. But I got a little bit too much line on there. That's something. If you're fishing a ledge, it becomes a problem where you almost got to have a couple, 3 poles with different length lines on each pole to fish a ledge. You're fishing really deep, you know, maybe 25 foot with it. That's a little bit extreme with these telescopics. They're usually 15 foot and shallow. You do better with them. But if you were fishing a ledge, I used to have a pole that I fished 25 foot, and then another one I'd fish about 12, 15 foot. And that worked out pretty good on a ledge. But out here, it's about an 8 foot flat, 6 to 8. 9, we'll go down to 10 maybe, and it stays that depth. The whole lake's about that depth. When you got a lake like that, it's a great depth to be able to use one pole, present the bait any depth.
Okay.
If they're up high, you kind of got to hold it up some, but cut your line where it's basically as deep as water is.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of store it. So anyway, let's see if we can catch one, Kirby.
All right, let's do it. Ooh.
There it comes.
Here it comes. Coming up.
That was a 20 foot, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was 20 feet.
I love seeing in the water. So to land them, basically, you just start contracting, running right back in. Bring them right to you.
Nice.
At least he's done what he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, in the last month, the fish have gone from really, really skinny, pretty bad shape, you know, right after that, come off that spawn. They're starting to regain some belly now. You seen the nice fish we caught a while ago, he was really full of shad.
Yeah.
They're getting little bellies on them, so by September, October, on into the fall, they'll really get fat. Give me a little meat. I'm going to pick out the smallest minnow that I can find in the box.
There we go. All right, so what's that hook is that again?
That's a number 4 drop shot, Yamagatsu, and an 1/8 ounce egg sinker.
All right.
Yeah. He don't have the ability to move as much as they. They don't want to bite a big bait right now. Anyway, all right. You see him good now, Carson. You see him? See him right by the stump?
Yes, sir.
And he's 8 foot away. And if you got, are you focused? You're not. You're looking at my screen. There it is. There it is, right there. Right there. There he comes. Here he comes. Pick it up. Pick it up. Just a little. Just ever so slightly. Yeah. Ever so slightly.
Right back down.
Yeah. Come on back there. Right there. He ought to come up after you.
He's looking at it.
Yep, here he comes, here he comes. Bam, got him. Good deal. All right. That's a nice one.
That's a giant.
All right, Carson. Good job, buddy. Heck yeah. That's a fat rascal. Look at the shad he's spitting up on my leg.
Holy mackerel.
He's feeding, yeah, he's feeding heavy. So that's about as good as it gets, dude. Well, there you go. How about that? Oh, mate, we dropped him. He's been eating all night. Little rascal. There you go. So,
Carson, hold that one up to the camera right there in front of you.
Ashley. So he caught him on one of the little mighty 15s, man.
Yeah.
They still in action too, but you know, that's kind of where we started with the whole telescopic thing, being able to put those out back some time ago in several lengths, and they've been great.
So Ronnie, being a recent grandpa, maybe you can talk into the camera and tell people purposeful and how meaningful and how important it is to take some kids fishing.
Yes, sir. I remember the days of me and my grandfather out here. This was the time of year you never see anybody crappie fishing. When I was, very young, I was 7, 8 years old probably, and my grandfather actually made his own custom bait, simply because we couldn't keep the minnows alive.
Okay.
We really didn't have all the oxygen, and we didn't even have an aerator back then, to tell you the truth. The only way we really kept a few minnows alive was basically change the water out and keep our hand moving in the minnow bucket just for aeration purposes. But it was so much trouble that he made an artificial bait for us to use this time of year, and just so we wouldn't keep the minnows alive. We knew they would bite them better, but it was just too much trouble. So we started fishing stumps that we could see out here in Reelfoot, and I did as a kid, and it's kind of full circle right now, because I'm bringing people like Carson, and I got a grandyoungin coming, and it absolutely does a heart good to come out here and relive what you lived 50 years ago almost.
Passing that information on, right?
And yeah, I regret that we're in a, not really, but somewhat regret that we're in a new day and age of crappie fishing, and technology. The technology world has brought us to a different point than what I knew as a kid. And actually, Carson's dad says, I want you to show him how to catch them the old way.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we get to do that one of these days, just when we get a time when they'll bite a little better. Honestly, it'd be really tough out here right now fishing old style to catch a mess of fish. It would be a chore. Yeah. But what I've learned, the way they're acting, it would just be a process where you got to present a bait so ultra slow and precise to these structures out here. That'd be the only ticket to catch some right now. This is a time, that's the reason nobody fished, back in the day, because they get very hard to catch this time of year. Here, other lakes with a little bit different aggressive species of fish, I think, like Mississippi, they're unbelievably aggressive.
Yeah.
They're snapping. They'll snap like Arcabella, Grenada, some of the big four down in Mississippi. It's amazing how aggressive those fish are, and for what reason I don't know. It's just every lake has its own attitude. I can't explain it. But just because they're eating it up in Grenada or Sardis or some lakes down in Mississippi, don't mean they're going to be eating it up at Reelfoot. The way they're biting. It's just, I think it's got a lot to do with water quality sometimes.
Isn't that the neatness or the fun part about crappie fishing? I mean, here I am fishing with you, the most highly decorated crappie fisherman on the planet, and you're still learning.
I'm still learning.
To this day and age,
yes,
you're
sir.
Still learning with the technology and everything. It's just a never-ending puzzle that when you do solve it on that particular day, boy, isn't it rewarding?
It is. When one will take it like you kind of imagined it happening. It is rewarding, I'm telling you. But that is such a nice fish right there. You see him tracing away at about 18 foot. Yeah. That is a really nice fish. I got close enough to him to bite a couple times already. We've just been talking, and I'm just running down there chasing a big old crappie. So I pitched it at him a couple times. He don't want it. I can tell you right now, I'm wasting my time trying to pitch it at him a third time. But he stopped just now. I'm gonna try it. Okay, you see him sitting there?
Oh, yeah.
He's almost behind us now. He's seen us. I'm a little bit off. Oh, here we go. Right down on him. I bet he don't bite 100%. He won't bite. He's not gonna bite. He's not gonna bite it. Look at him bubble. You see the two bubbles? 3 bubbles? You see the bubbles?
Yeah.
That tells me one thing. You're wasting your time.
Wasting that because he's moving.
When you see those bubbles, dude,
yeah.
He's releasing air out of it. He's getting ready to sink. His one hiding spot is the mud.
Yeah.
Not behind another stump. It's either the mud, get low, and get away.
Yeah.
That's it.
There we go.
Golly. I love that tip on that pole, man. Awesome. Listen to it. You hear it singing?
Yeah, it's a giant.
Boy, it is so fun when they really are aggressive in the spring. That thing sings. You can hear it for 50 yards away.
Nice.
So that's what we're seeing that we're not catching too.
Yeah.
They're 12, 13-inch fish, which is a great fish anywhere.
Thank you for wasting your time with me today.
Well,
I sincerely appreciate it.
I didn't waste it a bit of time. And,
You had a good time, didn't you?
Mhm.
You got to feel that thump. I talked to Carson on the bank. I'm like, what do you love about crappie fishing? He said, a thump on the line and eating them.
Don't leave the eating them part out either.
That's right.
You know, it's always good to take a few home, man,
And tell Kelly hi, because
I will.
she's a heck of a cook, man.
she can play. I guarantee you, she'd have us some cook for lunch if we told her right now.
Yeah, don't do that to her though.
Thank you so much for watching Fish, Eat, Live. Our mission is to demonstrate the benefits of the Fish, Eat, Live lifestyle. We look forward to educating, entertaining, and attracting you to the healthy lifestyle of the great outdoors. We're definitely going to have some wholesome family fun on the water every Sunday at 6 p.m. So hit that subscription and that notification bell because we want you to come be a part of this.